name is Kayakkaboose. I'm a nature and wildlife photographer, nature lover, and adventure enthusiast. And today I'd like to talk about the Kayakkaboose, which for the better part of the last month, I used solely alongside my kayak to haul all the gear and necessities I needed to live in the northern wilderness of the United States. What we have here is about a 25-pound water capsule that has a load capacity of around 130 pounds. I used it to haul the bulk of my water-sensitive gear, like my camera equipment, which I also equipped inside dry bags, my clothes, my sleeping and living gear, which is a hammock tent and a sleeping bag. Because of the large capacity, I was also able to put all of my cooking, personal hygienic, and fish cleaning gear as well inside. What I like the Kayakkaboose for is the fact that it's watertight, whereas my kayak isn't necessarily. So all of my water-sensitive gear, like my photography equipment, as well as my living gear and my clothes that I wanted to stay absolutely dry, I hauled in the Kayakkaboose. The first thing you may notice about my Kayakkaboose is that it's got a different color scheme than the generic red and white. I simply repainted mine to better match my kayak for photography purposes. One other addition that I made was attaching a rail system on the top, which allowed me to attach multiple attachments, allowing more capability while on the water. Because of this, you can haul a spare paddle. You can put a rod holder on it to haul more fishing rods. You can also put a camera stand on it if you want to get a unique angle for any of your fishing or traveling transitions. For optimum following performance when loading the Kayakkaboose, it's best to put the majority of your weight centered and towards the back. Attaching the caboose to your kayak is quick and simple. Using approximately a 20-foot length of rope with 2 floats on the end, it attaches at the nose. I use a quick clip to avoid having to retie every time. When attaching to the kayak, the rope feeds through a pipe and comes up to an anchor cleat, allowing it to be adjustable for ease of access while on the water, as well as varying the following length when in rougher or varying water conditions. Unfortunately, while on the way up to my trip, I lost the pipe in transit, but it only speaks to the versatility of the system because using the simple hardware that I already had installed on my kayak, I was able to easily tow it around with no loss of performance. Aside from being a great tow behind while on the water, another thing I love about the Kayakkaboose is that it makes a great watertight gear locker at the campsite. I stored food, some of my photography equipment, and the majority of my clothes in the caboose at the camp, and it kept it dry the whole time through varying rain conditions. It kept the food cool in sunny conditions, and on a couple of occasions it even kept animals out, which is a great benefit when you want to keep your food safe. Having used the Kayakkaboose for as long as I did, and the types of conditions that I did, I highly recommend it, not only for the adventure enthusiast who's looking to get out further and stay out longer, but also to the everyday pleasure boater or picnicker who's looking to get out but bring more with them to make it a more comfortable experience. Knowing what I put in here in terms of both volume and weight, it's a very valuable asset while either on the water or even while camping if you want watertight gear storage. For more information and to find out more about myself, you can head over to Kayakkaboose website and also JakeAbreezePhotography.com to find more pictures of media of the caboose, as well as pictures from my trip up north where I used the caboose to make it a possibility. Thank you.